All right, we are live on Facebook and YouTube. So coming at you is the Triple P with some of our illustrious guests. We have Robbie, the model guy. We have Grant from Making Miniatures, and then also Josh from Cobra Paw. So with me tonight, I have Doug and Scott. We're just continuing this. We were over on the Models Officers Mess charity for Models for Heroes, which is a 48-hour group build for a 148 scale tank. I should say 148 scale model. And now we are just continuing that stream because our segment ended, but we still have some gas in the tank. So we are coming to you live. We have people in Utah, Canada, Seattle, and then Grant is down in SoCal. So with that, we're just gonna keep it going here. I'll give a brief introduction on what I'm doing to bring people up to speed, and then we'll quickly go around the room. And it's just gonna be a casual conversation. If you want to drop a comment in, feel free. We know it's either really early or really late for most of our listeners, but I'll just start us off. So for tonight, I built, and I need to prime this guy. This is the droid tank from episode 1. It's even got a little guy in it. Looking for Jar Jar Binks, and this is the Star Wars Legion kit. These things are absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended. And then also I have the Star Wars Legion Snowspeeder, and actually I have not done any work on this other than finishing it for just literally took it out of the box and it's already together. So that's that. Scott, what are you working on?
So I'm also working on a Star Wars Legion kit. This is the escape pod from episode 4, and it also has the R2 and C-3PO droid figures, which I'll be painting, and it also has a pretty cool little base. So yeah, I'm just about to get a primer on this, spending the rest of the weekend painting. Did we lose you?
Nope, sorry, I was on mute. Doug, let's take it over to you.
All right. I am working on the Tamiya 48 scale M1A2 Abrams. Working on the turret right now. I've already finished the lower hull and the tracks, so hopefully first thing I get to do tomorrow will be hopefully priming.
Nice. All right, let's go over to Grant. What are you working on?
I'm working on the 148 scale, of course, to my deuce and a half, converting it into a 4.5 millimeter rocket carrier with some 3D printed rocket launchers on the back.
Nice.
All should be priming tonight or early tomorrow morning.
So I think we're all close to primer, right? Or have painted in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Josh, Cobra Paw, what are you working on over there?
Yeah, I'm working on another Star Wars Legion kit as well. Currently, I'm painting the Republic ATRT. You can find this vehicle mostly in either in the Clone Wars or halfway through Revenge of the Sith. It's a fun little kit. Even got the little pilot figure painted and ready to go. Just need a matte varnish, and right now just detailing the vehicle itself.
Nice. And I would ask Robbie what he's building, but he has taken a break, it seems. He's doing an airplane, right, Scott?
Yeah, he was doing, I think, a little Mustang.
I think you are correct. We got 5 watchers, so that's 5 more than I expected. All right, John, thanks, or Jan, thanks so much, or Jan. I apologize, but thanks so much for that comment. Appreciate it. So my schedule is pretty free this weekend. I'll probably be dedicated to this a lot tomorrow. Scott, are you gonna be building a lot, or do you have other activities planned?
No, I mean, I won't be on the entire time, but I'll a good deal of the time. Yeah, I would definitely want to get this project done, and great to be at the bench again. Can't wait to see how everybody's projects also.
Yeah, did I hear somebody's doing a 1/48 scale Chinook?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Crazy.
That is nuts.
Ivan's doing a diorama.
All right, I'm back for the Plastic Fosse After Hours.
So, Robbie, show it and tell everybody what you're building.
I'll be right back.
All right, so treating this as a new steering, I am building Tamiya's 148 P51B, and I'm going to be doing the olive drab over neutral gray. So far, I have my instrument panel painted, the internals are painted, and really at this point, it's ready for a pin wash and maybe some oil work before closing everything up. So about 2 hours behind where I want to be now, but we'll see how she goes.
Are you doing Malcolm Hood or no Malcolm Hood?
I am a big fan of birdcage canopies, so I'm probably going non-Malcolm Hood. And I know right now there's probably people saying, no, do the Malcolm Hood. But I like that clean line, just looks sexy. So that's the route I'm going.
Yeah,
I'll take it either way. They're both beautiful.
Just an excuse to buy another one. And I mean, the cool thing is that I had it donated from Hobby Sense, and it's a $30 kit, and it just builds up so beautifully. It's a low parts count, great fit, and it was popped in 1995, and that standard still holds today. So that shows you how good Tamiya has been, and that they're continuing to improve. So good on them.
They're really, really incredible kits, well ahead of their time.
And it's just the great thing about it is I know the trend now is towards higher and higher part counts. Like if you compare the Edward Mustang, it's probably close to triple the parts count. And yeah, the detail is more crisp, but if you're someone just getting into modeling or you're getting your kids into modeling, that gets perfect. $30, build it in a couple days, and hassle free.
Robbie, whereabouts in Canada are you?
I am in Alberta. I'm just outside Calgary by about an hour. And
Okay.
I'm originally from Halifax.
Okay.
So on the East Coast there.
Are you a Flames fan?
I'm a Boston Bruins fan.
Whoa.
It's kind of a
Stop the
shocker.
stream, you're out of here.
You're done. Get out. No, but I mean, I've watched the Quebec Major Junior, which is our junior league here, and I got to see Brad Marchand go up through there. Sidney Crosby's 5 minutes from my hometown. So everything was about him. So geographically, Boston's the closer NHL team, but from that side of the country are other Leafs, Flames, or now Penguins.
Well, that'll points with Whitey. He's a big Boston Bruins fan.
Yeah, he's got the accent for it. So.
Just a little bit.
It's funny because when it comes to playoff season, my dad, my brother, and I cannot talk to each other because they're big Canadians fans, and it's to the point where Facebook would be muting us because we're getting good at each other. My wife's like, "How can you say stuff like that to your dad?" I'm like, "Well, he's giving it back just as much." So.
There you go, JB.
I know, right? I had to throw that up there. Oh,
That looks really good, Scott.
Here, let me see if I can put you on the main feed.
Wow.
Yeah, blow her up.
Let's see.
It's a pretty.
Another escape pod, sir. Hold your fire. No, there are no live side the board.
Oh man, that looks great.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
crisp looking.
Yeah, it's a great. I mean, if you look at the let's see, the side detail, and here's the hatch door.
Man,
It's even got, like a nice little grill in the middle separating the top and the bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. And then of course Panzer Ford tracks, I think.
oh nice.
Right section of Panzer tracks in there. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It
Turned
all
out,
comes back to German armor.
yeah. All comes back to Tamiya kits that they could get their hands on.
That looks great. You got me wanting to drive down to the game shop at the corner of the neighborhood and buy one tomorrow.
Yeah. I think ideally, this would be. I mean, this is a 147 scale kit. I think ideally, a 32nd scale kit of this would be pretty awesome, or 35th scale. You know.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, it's really turned out pretty well. So
Nice. I'm gonna put Cobra Paw up at solo layout because he's doing some paint work. Got some color.
Yes, sir. Just slowly getting some of the pinstriping. I kind of messed up on the top here. I don't know if it's going to focus. I'm going to clean that up with some gray and line it all up. But I'm just putting some initial just acrylics on there, map it all out. And I'm going to play the risk game and hand paint with lacquer because I don't own any enamel paints right now. So, but it'll all work out. And I'll do some washes later, some oiled earths and stuff like that, and a little bit of chipping.
Nice. That looks great.
Thank you, sir.
And that's one of two, right? What's the next one?
Oh shoot, I haven't even started the second one yet, but this is the Bark Speeder.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'll see if I can even start the other one yet. Maybe that's what I should do now is just let this thing dry and start assembly on the other one.
Yeah. That looks good. Very good.
I might have to get myself a second one of these and try to do a running motion or something because that's what I originally wanted to do, but just having to swap back and forth on a digital instruction sheet and looking at is kind of a tricky thing to do because the ATRT doesn't come with a physical manual. They make you go online for it. It's like one of the 4 models that they have that doesn't come with a booklet.
it's
That's so strange.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It's how come you got no manual? But I guess okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is that just a cost saving thing they do?
I honestly have no idea. Maybe, but the fact that they have 4 specific models that don't have an actual book, kind of weird. I don't know. It's actually my first fully tabletop vehicle that I've painted. So if it's Star Wars, I got to get my hands on it.
Yeah, it looks great.
I might try to do a little bit of a dirt base. I don't really have any of the fancy AK, mud and stuff, but I got some wood filler I got some wood filler that I'm using for a non-related project that I might use to give it a bit of a muddy texture on the base. Yeah, it's like an Elmer's type of like paste that you would like help fill in gaps of like wood or other stuff that like either breaks or whatnot. Because I'm working on on my bench. It's a little hard to see, but I'm working on a pair of Mandalorian pistols.
Oh wow!
For a friend that's doing a Sabine Wren costume. So that's where some of this filler is right now.
Damn, that's dope.
Yeah. It's like my first time trying to like clean up a PLA 3D print. So it's been a little bit of a headache here and there, but I'm going to get them done.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's a big tip for anybody that's watching and think about getting into 3D printing is there is quite a bit of cleanup involved. It's not just come off the printer and away you go.
Well, unless it's resin though, right? Because a lot of those resin prints come out really crisp though, don't they?
You still have to cut the trees like this.
Yeah.
And depending how it's cured, that can be a quick and easy thing, or it can be straight hateful.
Yeah, yeah. It really depends on the trees. That's what I'm going through right now is just very small trees in between very small parts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it's like anything, you get at it enough and practice it and learn it, and you'll improve.
Grant, where'd your 3D print come from?
The one I'm working on now?
Yeah.
I made it on CAD.
Oh, you printed it yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. I found the TM manual for the actual launcher and took it down and then just started playing with it and got it down to the size I want.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. I didn't realize you had a printer.
Oh, yeah. I've got a Nova 3D. I've had it for about a year and a half. So I did I don't know if you remember from episode 4, the Mind Droid, the round one, when they went, Jawas dropped off and Luke picked out C-3PO and R2. I did one of those for Nationals last year in Vegas.
Nice. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Josh, once you go once the Nats, you'll always want to go back.
Yeah. It's like crack.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying to make it. I'm already got a trip to Disneyland that I'm doing on the end of May, and then I'm also moving within that time frame. So don't know how much cash I'll have left over, but it wouldn't be something off the table. So I wouldn't mind doing that.
Is this your first time to Galaxy's Edge?
Yeah, I've never been. So if it's if I still go, yeah, it'll be my first time checking the whole park out.
Oh, dude, if you're a Star Wars junkie, dude, it's unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to hide my bank account number and make sure that I don't walk out with anything.
Seriously, what's great is a lot of the stuff they sell in the park you can't get anywhere else, so it's pretty exclusive. It's cool.
Well, unless you take one of them 3D printers and start making it yourself and be the cool kid on the block, right?
Yeah. Well, I was even mentioning I love all the attire that you can buy because I got jackets and hats from there that you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, a lot of that gear. If I win, I'd probably want to pick up the Emperor Palpatine robes because mine's a little too small for me.
If you know when you're going, you should also. There's Olga's Cantina, which is a bar. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to be trying to go like when Star Wars Celebration is happening. I know they have like a Star Wars night on that Friday of that weekend. I think it goes from like 9 p.m. to like 2 or 3 a.m. So I think I'm going to try to make that.
Go to Savi's workshop and build a lightsaber.
Ooh,
It's a necessity. It's so awesome.
you know, I would agree with you if I didn't already own like 4
Yeah,
already that I
have
could
the experience.
that I could fight with from Saberforge. So, because the other hobby that that you guys probably don't know that I do is I do costuming, or at least not as much as I used to, but I'm actually part of the like local 501st Legion chapter.
Wow.
Yeah, so I do a bunch of that stuff.
So for
So
me, building the lightsaber wasn't so much that the lightsaber. I mean, it's great, but it's the whole experience. That's what I paid.
Yeah.
For. And I did it with the guys I grew up with. We were all Star Wars freaks, you know, from the time we were 7 when the first movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was special.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know, like what I would all do. I kind of want to maybe check out the Millennium Falcon and go inside and do that little simulation in the cockpit. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Rise of the Resistance is the best ride I've ever been on in my entire life, bar none. Out of any theme park, ever.
Without a doubt.
Especially like never riding it before and having no spoilers. Oh my gosh. It was unbelievable.
We'll see. I think part of the reason why I haven't tried to make an effort to go before is I'm not particularly keen on all the sequel trilogy stuff. So every time, you know, I'm like, oh, I want to go, and then I just see a First Order TK or something walking around. I was like, I don't know. I want my original stormtroopers. Where are they at? Where's my original rebels at?
I totally agree with you, but the experience of being at Galaxy's Edge, it's not the same. You kind of forget. I mean, don't forget, but I mean, you just roll with it, and it's an amazing experience.
You kind of absorb it all. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to go in with that mindset for sure.
Rise of the Resistance, if it was done with original trilogy stuff, it would have been absolutely the coolest thing ever. But it's still pretty dang awesome.
The one thing I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do is with the stuff coming out with the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. I'm surprised they didn't, you know, kind of try to take advantage of all that and incorporate it into the Galaxy's Edge Park in some shape or form.
Yeah,
maybe they're waiting to see how that performed.
Yeah, because Galaxy's Edge took years to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you got like what 2 life-size 1-to-1 Millennium Falcons in both Florida and California, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, people go. I would go just to take a picture in front of it. It's straight up amazing.
Just take a picture of all the little nooks and crannies, so if you ever build one, you can get a good reference point.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, one of the things I want to do is I have the 1/144 scale kit. I really want to do that dock from Galaxy's Edge. I took a bunch.
Oh,
of
that would be
pictures.
really.
I was like, this would be a cool little diorama.
Yeah, that would be really cool to have something like that. Almost present it like one of those, dioramas that you would see in like in an airport or like a museum,
Right.
where it's like a scaled down building, like what it would look like as like a floor plan or something.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I think the other part was, you know, you're there with, you see the reaction on people's faces that are very similar to yours, and that's just super satisfying too. Like literally everyone is happy.
Mm-hmm.
come around that corner the first time you see the full-size Falcon, even though you know it's there. You know it's coming, but when you actually see it, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing I would want to see there is just like the Falcon and maybe even the 1-to-1 scaled like ships.
Yeah.
And stuff. Getting to see all that like in person and get a feel for it. Because like I know where I'm at in the neck of the woods, you know, the Star Wars group over here, there's a couple of, you know, talented guys that build like a 1-to-1 scale like probe droid from Empire Strikes Back. And even a snow speeder and stuff, and brought it to like shows and like conventions and stuff. I'll have to like forward some photos over later, but it's stunning. Like the guy literally took a photograph of like this probe droid and took a little ruler and like estimated measurements off of this one picture from like one of the Empire Strikes Back books and just went to town on it for like several months. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, what's great about Galaxy's Edge is they have like little nuggets everywhere, little Easter eggs where they have K2SO, they have a bunch of droids. I think I took pictures of every Gonk droid. There's like 7 of them.
I did notice that like some of the photos that people would take, like there'll be like a few like little things here and there throughout the whole like Star Wars universe, like a clone trooper helmet or like a trinket or something like that. So I think I'm going to try to look out for those when I go there.
Yeah, the droid making shop is just cool. I didn't build a droid, but I went in and saw it, and it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's the coolest place on Earth. And then now they have the Star Wars ship that you can board for like 3 days.
Oh yeah, that thing.
I heard they were having trouble with filling that.
It's expensive as all get out.
It's like $5,000 or something.
Yeah, like $5,000 for 2 nights. It's like
per person.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. Like, did you guys ever see like that horrible like promotional video that they made of like the dude touring the ship before it actually opened to the public?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of felt like it was like a Spaceballs like film come to life again. It's our second Spaceballs.
Well, I did enjoy. On Disney Plus. There's a documentary about the making of Galaxy's Edge, and that was really cool.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm going to have to check that out too.
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. And they talk about how they wanted to create a place that was, it was different, but it was different than the movies where you could create your own experience. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. They need to make like a attraction where it's got like the same type of setup as the studio sets that they use for like the Mandalorian, where it's like 360-degree like backdrops.
Yeah.
And you can have like an experience in that little like dome or whatnot. That would be really cool.
Yeah, that was all primarily CGI, that show, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part, they use like those backgrounds. But the one thing I did enjoy is they had like a studio model for like the Razor Crest and whatnot that they made.
Yeah, made several.
Which was really cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that used to work at Burbank House of Hobbies that actually work on that show now, and they talk about it all the time.
No kidding. That's cool.
Yeah, Grant has friends in the movie business. He's kind of a big deal. He doesn't have to tell anybody.
I'm kind of a big deal.
No, I'm not.
He's the guy that knows a guy that knows a guy.
Yeah. Well, my boss actually used to run Disney, is the one who used to run Disney and Imagineering. Brand Farron.
Oh.
So he did all that. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, he was the one that started designing all the new Galaxy stuff down there. So.
Oh wow.
I'm still looking for an actual release kit of that Naboo Starfighter, though. We really need that.
I have the STL. God bless 3D printing.
I know. But one thing's for sure is I keep seeing people buy that AMT kit, Naboo Starfighter, and I had to do that thing twice, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that again for a third time, and then have to gut it.
It
kit.
tripled in price that night of the
Yep.
episode.
Yeah. Like the Naboo Starfighter, like the AMT kit is an awesome build if it's done right, but goodness gracious, like the work you have to put into that thing is just so time consuming. Like all the seams that have to be cleaned
Ugh.
on that kit, especially the rounded engines too, and all the little like divots in the engines. That was not fun.
The kit that's unobtainium is the Fine Molds Naboo Starfighter.
Oh. That's like trying to find gold.
They didn't make that many of those to begin with. They just never sold well.
They just had to wait 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Baby Yoda can sell anything, man.
That's for sure. Are you guys gonna get that new Bandai 112 scale Boba Fett figure model that's gonna be coming out through Bandai?
It depends on the price. I have the Mando and the other Boba Fett. I like his black undergarments compared to his earlier light powder blue.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
I won't be getting it. It's not interesting. I'm sorry that they haven't scheduled more ships. Of course, I'd just be kind of happy if they just start producing the old ships that they built.
Mhm.
I want more TIE Interceptors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they need to reprint those. But I heard from somebody that the reason why we don't see much reprints of the Star Wars stuff is just because they're not that popular in Japan. So compared to the States, so they're obviously going to fill in their current like just continental demand first, and then give whatever they got left, outside the country.
They have the molds. Just make me something.
Mm-hmm. I know, like Big Bad Toy Store has been holding like pre-orders for those Star Wars kits forever now.
I pre-ordered TIE Fighters, Snow Speeder, Y-Wings in a Slave One about a year ago, and the Y-Wings popped in like October. I got mine.
Yeah, those things went. They came and they went when they showed up.
Pre-order, so I got them.
Yeah, I went into like International Model Toys like one time, and they just so happened to have a few of those Y-Wings. I'm like, okay, I've got to grab another one because Lord only knows when I'm going to see this again in a shop.
I built two. I own two more. They're amazing models. I love them.
Yeah, especially all the like little piping details and the little like.
There's like 45 piping pieces on those kits.
Yeah.
And I hear people complain about it, and I'm just like, what's wrong with you? I know it takes time, but oh my gosh.
I mean, they sure look better than like the little like molded all together like one piece Revell one. I think that Snap Tight kit.
Yep.
They look way better than that. I will take those pipes on the Bandai kit any day. Now I just gotta cement them together, and you'll be good.
So funny. I found a couple of them at Hobby Lobby one time, just out of the blue.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby has been like very consistent with just keeping Star Wars kits in stock.
Yeah.
Like that's like the only place I know that carries them.
Yep.
If you're looking to do like an X-wing, an army builder of an X-wing, you just go there and wait till it's the 40% off week.
Yep. They just show up too. It's just random.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're so good. I actually got one in a box that I started working on, but I need to get back to it sometime because I built one way long ago, and I tried making a wedge Antilles, a Red 2, But this was before I started airbrushing or did a lot of stuff. So I stuck like the regular sticker decals on there, and it looks okay. But I'm like, man, I look at it now, I was like, shoot, I could be doing a lot better now if I went at it again. Like I did that with my first Y-wing. I dusted it, some of the details with the airbrush, because I did a lot of the Tamiya weathering powders around the kit and different washes and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? It needs a little bit of a like overspray of some dark gray and black, and I think it'll look 10 times better.
Yep. Know that feeling.
This is the last X-Wing I did was the I painted it 3. I just made it up. I don't know if you can see that at all.
Yeah, that's the Blue Squadron one, right? For Rogue One?
Well, so the only good reference pictures I could find of Blue Squadron were of Blue Leader from Rogue One. So I just kind of took like Red 2, Red 5, and made it into Blue 3.
That makes sense though. Like I feel like that's how it would be. Like honestly, I don't know though. Like I kind of want to see people take some of those color schemes from Star Wars Squadrons, that game, because they came up with a bunch of crazy looking like color patterns for a lot of the fighters for the game.
Well, Scott did Phoenix Squadron X-Wing. He kind of took pictures and made his own stuff from it. That was pretty cool.
I'm gonna need to see that.
Cartoon stills.
So the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, what are we thinking about that? How it's going to be, especially after Boba Fett, which wasn't.
I think
in my
maybe
opinion,
Boba Fett suffered from being too close to Obi-Wan. I think Obi-Wan's where all their energy was.
Yeah.
I hope they're pouring everything into it because it has the potential.
The biggest thing I'm very nervous about, and I think everyone will agree, is the number one producer for Disney itself, Kathleen Kennedy. Like, how much is she going to influence the production of these shows? Because I always kind of notice, like, every time she has something to say as far as what to do for a show, it usually kind of ends up being sideways. Like, great producer with a long track record, but as far as like creative input, I don't know. You just gotta leave it to Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni.
I don't know. I found Boba Fett was just all over the place and really weak. Like if they had just stuck with the Tusken Raiders, it probably would have been a lot better. A lot more development there. But
just the 2 episodes, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, that's all it might have to be. Like stretching it out isn't necessarily going to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm nervous.
They were. Yeah, the second. No. Oh, that's not. It's not me this time, I swear. It's not me.
I muted Robbie. He's going crazy.
I didn't even notice your message like until a little bit later when we did the other stream, and I finally saw that. I'm like, oops, my bad.
Oh, that's good.
The second episode of Boba was really good. Like you said, with the whole like him be inducted into the Tusken tribe and just kind of him having character development. I also kind of enjoyed the episode where he gets his fire spray back, where he goes into the I think it's Jabba's palace. He grabs the slave one and just starts going 360, mowing dudes down with it. That was a fun moment.
Yeah,
But,
I thought it started slow, but I thought it was okay. I didn't like the scooter gangs too much, but I thought it finished up pretty okay.
It's funny you mentioned that. How about that? The slowest speeder chase in Star Wars history.
Yeah.
Like if they really wanted to, they could have just had Boba Fett fly in the air and land in the passenger seat of that dude's speeder and just have him pull over if he wanted to.
God, that was like pulling teeth.
Yeah, it's because like you had what was it, the Spy Kids director who directed
Yeah.
a lot of those episodes, and it's like, cool, that's good for something else, but not here. Like what is up with that dude, that mechanic guy that fixed the assassin chick? He had the big fat, like almost like metal arm, like fist or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
power from like war,
yeah,
something like
or
that.
or like Fallout. It's like
Yeah.
what's Fallout doing here in Tatooine?
I just found that the two best episodes of Boba Fett had almost nothing to do with Boba Fett. Like, you see what Luke's doing, and we see how Mando's getting this new ride and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Boba Fett's kind of like a side note in his own show.
He like cameos in his own show for like an episode. He gets like that 2-second cameo. And it's like, okay. Well, I even saw a thing where like Tamara was saying that he felt that his character was talking too much as for Boba Fett. You know, he's talking too much. He needs to be kicking more ass.
Well, the problem is too, you're taking a character that had 3 minutes of speaking screen time in,
Yeah.
and now you've tried to string it out in a whole series. It just, I don't know. It felt like Disney was just trying to make money on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what they did with him in Mandalorian was great, and if they'd have just left it at that, they would have probably been better off.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Because then you
Nailed it.
built on his lore, but you didn't ruin him.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he shows up and just starts murking those stormtroopers was probably the best moment in Star Wars since Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that one of the greatest moments of Star Wars was Rogue One when the Hammerhead Corvette pushed a Star Destroyer.
Oh,
One of the coolest things I've ever
that
seen.
is. Might have to get one of those little tabletop ships of the Hammerhead just to own, because I really like KOTOR, the game itself. So the fact that when they actually brought that ship onto the silver screen, I was just in pure joy seeing it.
You would have gone nuts. At Nats, there was a dude brought one that he scratch built that was about 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could look in the bridge and see the crew in it. I mean,
oh
it was-
my good,
it
oh
was
my lord.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I
he's done that one. Bao, he's a professor at the Caltech here in Pasadena group. He did that. He did a Hammerhead. He's done so much stuff. It's unbelievable. Nicest guy in the entire world.
Super nice.
I'm gonna have to see that in person one day. Then
Yeah.
that would be really cool, because like there's just something about that Knights of the Old Republic game that just I think it's just how the storytelling. If you've ever played the game, you'll know where I'm getting at. It's so dynamic as just the story itself. I love it, and I love KOTOR so much that I even got like a Darth Revan costume like in a container somewhere. So with both of his lightsabers and stuff. So got the whole gear together.
I am pinning all my stuff to go down and give it a little primer coat, and then I might for a little bit, and then hang around for a few, and then call it a night.
Nice.
Well, I've gotta go now. I've had this cough, and just the glue fumes are just making it worse. I think I probably ought to end it and hit it in the morning. So I'm gonna bail.
All right, Douglas.
All right, Doug.
It's been fun, guys.
Hey,
Take
what
care,
time,
Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
what time are we tomorrow?
And Josh, I'll send you some pictures of that Hammerhead
Yeah.
one of these days.
That would be fantastic.
I don't have great pictures, but I have some pictures.
That's
He was
okay.
shaking with excitement when he was taking them.
All right, guys. Have a good one, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Somebody asked what time we're starting. We start later in the night, but I'll be honest, I'll probably throw up a live stream like this tomorrow so we can just build outside of theirs.
Okay.
Because I don't want to crash their party because it seemed like we had some, with limit to 10 people, I don't want to step on other their broadcasts. So
Right.
we can go here.
Yeah,
Okay.
give me a time and I'll be there if you have me.
I guess you can come back. If
Yeah,
Scott
I
will
just
let
popped
you.
in. That's I see you guys were still going when I finished my stream over on YouTube. So I was like, oh, I'll see if I can sneak in here. And sure enough, the door wasn't locked.
I was like,
Told you to lock the door.
I was actually kind of surprised that I got the Facebook invite for today, or I should say yesterday. And I was like in Tacoma, ironically, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing a stream tonight too. I better hurry on home. And when I finally got back, I think I only had like 15 minutes to spare to clean up around my desk and table and get ready to go. I was like, let's do this.
The question is, how do I hold these things?
Looks like my phone's gonna die here pretty quick, so I better go here pretty soon. Yeah,
What's the matter? You don't got an extra Cylon Centurion to plug your phone into?
Nope. I'm impressed with these little models, John. I'm gonna have to get more of them.
I know, man. They're great. Like I said, I might run down and buy that tomorrow.
Woo. Yeah, these look so good. You know what? Like, I wonder, like, if we get these models done, I can try maybe getting these together in a digital program and have them kind of looking like they're standing side by side with each other.
That'd be cool.
It's a little Star Wars Legion build.
Okay, that's not
Okay. Come on, you little pilot.
Yeah, I finished my ATST there back in late December. I shouldn't say finish it. I got it in gray, chipped up, and looked like it was worn paint. And then it seemed like all of a sudden everyone was doing them. So I kind of lost my drive on it. And I feel like I still want to do some type of camouflage on it, just completely different. And just waiting for that moment of inspiration.
Yeah. I really like James Caan's. He did James Caan's LPJ models. He did the Mandalorian one, and he really crushed that.
Yeah, he did. I was collecting reference photos, and then I seen his. I was like, all right, this isn't happening.
All right, gents, I'll be right back. I'm going to run downstairs and do a quick primer coat.
It's prime time.
They do that ATST, like a knocked out ATST in Star Wars Legion, I think also.
Yeah, they do actually. It's like a terrain piece.
Yeah.
They have that bunker on Endor also.
Oh yeah.
That you can get a kit of. That's like a cedary piece.
Cool.
Yeah, a couple of the guys we've had on the posse, John Bias and Enrique from the Race for Terra, they're both way into this Legion stuff. That's kind of where I got interested in it.
John Bias does some fantastic work on that stuff.
Yeah. He's the coolest guy, too.
Is he?
Yeah. He's one of those guys that has the perspective of the hobby right where it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, he seems like he's like very squared away, very nice guy.
Yep.
Well, the guy, I can't remember the guy's name right now. The guy that you just had on from Tamiya Modeling Magazine.
Oh, Marcus.
Yeah, I love that. That was listening to him talk was just like, oh God, that was fantastic.
He's great. Yeah, we really enjoyed that. Yeah, we've been working on that for a while. He is a busy dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had no idea that anything that's written in England or Britain has to goes to the museum, the British Museum.
Yeah, that was
actually kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Yep. All right, gents. Well, I better hop off. My phone's telling me it's about to give up the ghost, so I'll talk with you guys tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks for having me in, Scott.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. Loved it. Take care.
So does anybody know any good jokes while we're sitting here?
My last month. That's the last joke I got.
Yeah, I know some, but they're not the best as far as they're a little bit morbid jokes. But it looks like Eric Brubaker said, hopefully Bandai comes out with a ghost kit someday.
Yeah. That would be nice.
I'm not going to pretend to know what that is. Sorry.
I have no idea what that. I'm guessing it's from that like little TV show. It's like that guy that's got all dressed in yellow with the black mask. I think that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, I'm not too familiar myself.
My model verse pretty much revolves around World War II aviation, some jets, but yeah, want to do some tanks.
But yeah, mine's particularly just mostly all Gundams and some sci-fi modeling here and there. So I wouldn't know.
Well, I just find being a mechanic, a heavy truck mechanic, and also working on equipment, that sometimes when you look at a tracked vehicle model, it's like, this feels like work. It feels like I'm at work. I'm going to burn this thing out of spite.
It's like, is this going to be fun? Probably not.
Like, I have the Hobby Box M1070, and I'm excited to build that. But again, it's a truck. And I'm going to see all the little details where I'll be like, oh, I can do this. I'm going to do that now. And next thing, I'm pulling my hair out. So these guys that are showing up in the chat that just say Facebook user, is that just because they haven't enabled something?
Yeah, I think it's for the live show. They've enabled like Facebook chats, but I think John's got the actual control hub to cycle through more comments, I believe.
Well, I was just wondering if people are. As I seen someone mentioning Matt McDougall, maybe. I don't know what that was. Deborah Chow. Okay, that's cool. Switching back, I just hope that Kenobi series continues with how dark episode 3 ended. Like, I want to see Obi-Wan crush, like, everything he's believed in and lived for is gone. Yeah. And it's just him, right? Like, there's so much potential. Like, I'm trying to get my expectations up because I don't want to be disappointed. But
well, the one thing that's going to be interesting is that they've already established that Obi-Wan's going to be leaving off-world for like one last time. And So the one curiosity is who's going to be watching Luke when he's away? Is it going to be Ahsoka? Is it going to be maybe Rex? I have a feeling that Tamara Morrison, we're going to see him in the Kenobi show again, because there's a clip where it shows, I think, the Grand Inquisitor spinning his lightsaber blades in front of somebody. And if you look real closely, looks like a double implant on this dude that's got like a bald head, and that looks like one of the Squad Force 99 Bad Batch characters. So I think they made
like when I leave my kids alone when I take the dogs for a walk. Like, they're fine. Just don't turn the stove on, Luke. You'll be good.
Yeah, right. And I think we're going to see Captain Rex in there too, if anyone's a Clone Wars fan, because there's also another shot where you actually see clone armor. It's like the shot where it's like we only see someone's like thighs or whatever, and they're holding something in their hand, and it like cuts away in the trailer. And if you look at it, it's like clone armor thighs and not stormtroopers.
I don't know it enough to know that. Like, admittedly, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but like the trilogy and the original trilogy, yeah. But the off-spin stuff, Mando's been the first thing I've really watched the series, and then Rogue One was really good. I liked that.
Yeah, Rogue One was a fun one to watch. Yeah, I'd highly recommend watching stuff from the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, because even though they're more of like a cartoon style, they got some really good stuff in there. You know, especially all like, you know, different ships and other designs and stuff too. That, you know, when you watch it, you're like, come on, guys, how come you haven't made this yet? Or like, come on, let's. Or, you know, they have made it, but it's not in like print anymore.
It's like, come on. Like anything that gets away from the Luke Skywalker timeline is great, because they're not trying to tie all these stories and loose ends together, right? That's why Rogue One was so good. And that cameo, well, not cameo, but that scene with Vader at the end was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. When I first saw that, I think I was immediately squealing like a little girl, watching him just tearing through, because I would, you know, on the internet, there was like rumors of like having some dark scene with Vader. And I'm like, oh, is this going to be it? And then finally seeing it on the screen happening, it was one of the best moments for Vader in the entire, like, just Star Wars. I would say just in the films, is him just mowing those rebels down.
Well, it's great because you get to see why they're so scared in Episode 4 when they first get bored. They know it's about to go down.
Yep.
But
they have that quick PTSD of just whatever surviving crew member was left when they were seeing Vader go down those halls.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. And again, it's just that it was its own thing. They weren't worried about an origin story or how's this going to tie into that. And they did pretty well tying it in Episode 4. Like, using the unused footage was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was cool. I know some fans at first were like, when Rogue One came out, they were, I don't want to say that they were disappointed, but they've already established a steal the Death Star plan story in a video game, like in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And you're like this one character who's just, you know, really good at his job. So it's almost like a Boba. Well, I don't want to say like a Boba Fett, but you come in there and you steal the Death Star plans like single-handedly and deliver them to the rebels and everything else, and do a bunch of. It's like the style of the game is like if you were like playing Doom, kind of esque game,
right?
Back when it were really cool. I can't remember the title at the top of my head, but the character I believe was Dash Rendar, I think. If it's not. Please, nobody who knows the answer, kill me. It's been a while. But no, Rebels was good. I think the only thing I didn't really like that the Empire had, or that they gave the Empire, was those really tall K2SO droids. As cool looking as they were, I just thought they were kind of funky that they would have something like that. Especially since they've essentially disabled the droid army back in the prequels and stuff. It's like, why don't you just use those guys and paint them all white with an Imperial logo on them? That would be kind of cool.
I just like the fact that they made a movie out of one sentence in episode 4.
Oh yeah. With the first major victory, yeah.
Many Boffins have died for this information.
Oh, many Bothans. You know, that's what they need to make. They need to make like a Rogue 2 or something with the Bothans.
No, they don't need to do sequels.
No.
Because we didn't see any Bothans die in Rogue One. I want to see all my Bothans, man.
I don't know. I'm probably upsetting so many Star Wars purists tonight. But episodes, what is that? We got now 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah.
Should have been its own thing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think I mentioned before the other stream, it just kind of felt like a poorly written fan fiction.
Well, Force Awakens feels like they just redid A New Hope.
Yep, pretty much.
I don't know.
Looks like we lost 2.
Yep. Yeah, Scott's phone was at the edge, and Doug was not feeling good with all the fumes and stuff, and had to bail out too.
He was getting high.
Right back.
No, come back. We need to cycle the comments, JB. Come on, no.
Oh, the Siebes is here. Siebes, it's like, what, like 2 a.m. where you are?
Yikes. No, it's actually 11:38 Pacific time. So
I'm pretty sure Siebes is in Ontario, though.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
All that Ontario talent in Canada, I don't understand it. There's something in the water there.
All those time zones.
Like they're all right around that one area.
Yeah.
Not to take away from anybody that's out east out west here in Canada, but you got Siebes and you have JC Chung doing that crazy space shuttle. It's just like, all right, boys.
That space shuttle is unbelievable.
Like, save some poontang for the rest of the modelers, please.
Yeah.
Like, they're just.
He's so
drowning.
good.
Yeah, it is so fantastic.
And Sieber, that's you doing the Tomcat right now, isn't it? Like, you've just done your seats that look like they're real. So anybody that's in the chat right now, I'm pretty sure that's left from 7.2 is your Instagram. Check out that guy's bang seats. He's got texture into the cushions in 148, and it's just mind-bending.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm slowly getting exposed to all the armor modeling stuff.
Well, he's a straight up aircraft guy.
Yeah.
He's got a little Mac. He's got a little suit.
Yeah. Got some seat belts. Whoa.
Ooh.
So technically, if this was going to Nats, it's no longer out of the box.
That's right. The new role.
I like it. Not gonna lie.
I mean, right? It's you got to get back to the purity of it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I was at an AMMS show. Or sorry, no, it was an IMPS show. Too many acronyms this late at night. And I took an Edward Profipack Spitfire. And another guy had a Profipack Spitfire. So all the goodies in there. And he also did some scratch building with it. Remember, I put mine in the advanced section. Pretty much identical kit. I talked to him trying to hint. I was like, hey, man, are you going to put that over here next to mine or whatever? And he goes, no, it's out of the box.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, you got a photo etch cockpit, photo etch, like all seat belts, all the bells and whistles. He had flaps on it too, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the kit. But he's like, no, it's out of the box. So anybody else that built something out of the box is at a huge disadvantage if the judges don't know that kit. So I like it. It's gone back to what the hobby basics are, or I shouldn't say basics, but foundations. So it'll be cool to see.
Yeah. I mean, really, the biggest sticking point I can understand, I can kind of understand is the seatbelts. You know, it's unfortunate, but I get, you know, it's getting back to the purity of it.
Yeah, like where do you draw that line? If okay, we're going to allow seatbelts. Well, can I have resin tires because the kit tires suck? Okay, well now the mouse has a glass of milk.
Well, I would say, you know, the aircraft guys, I would say the ship guys are probably most upset. They could add railing to theirs,
Yeah.
Oh,
which is crazy. That's even more baffling to me, to be honest.
Sounds like there's a lot of interesting politics that go along with the IMPS stuff. I'm not too versed in this topic, but it's very interesting to hear.
I don't think it's so much politics. It's just some people that are used to the way things have been for so long, right? Like
Yeah.
it's hard for people to accept that change.
Yeah.
If somebody just started building a Spitfire Profi Pack kit a couple months out from that, and all of a sudden, hey, you're no longer out of the box, they're probably miffed.
Yeah.
Unless you're TJ Holler and can build like full aircraft in like 10 minutes.
Maybe I'll have to pack up some of my Gundams and fly on over there.
Yeah.
Maybe bring a couple. Make sure they're my carry-on.
I tell you what, the sci-fi category was pretty well represented
Yes, it
in
was.
Vegas, I thought.
Yeah.
Good stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like that Hammerhead was unbelievable.
Yeah. Some of the Star Trek ships were phenomenal.
With those lighting kits, whew.
Yeah. That one that had the whale in it from, was it one of the movies or something?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well,
The Voyage
John
Home.
Everett-
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, John Everett out of Denver here, he's practically my neighbor. Honestly, his house is about a mile away. He builds a lot of Star Trek ships, and every ship he does, he puts a fish tank in it.
Oh,
And
That's
one of them had a
crazy.
whale in it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It must be the Klingon bird of prey then from Voyage Home. He probably have had to have done it in like 350 scale.
I don't know.
Well, he does like big scratch build stuff too. He's met Rick Sternbach a couple times, and
Wow.
actually, I think he knows him pretty well. And yeah, his stuff's awesome. Cold Basement Models is, I think, his website.
Oh,
That's cool.
all right.
JB, did you ever finish that 1/16 Stug?
It's getting there. I have to. I was hoping to work on it a little bit this week after work, but it just got so busy. But it's close. It's like probably 85%. I need to finish it.
Right. Okay, I couldn't remember. Like, I don't know if I missed it or what, but
No, it went cold. I was hot for a while, and then I work and other things, and I got away from it, and I haven't had time to dedicate to it. So I just need to finish it. The tracks are pigmented. It's 85, 90%. I just got to push it over the edge.
do you find it hard to come back to a kit once it's been sitting for a little while? Like something else has been on the bench?
Not so much. It depends, honestly. The Stug I'm really tied to. I wanted to get it done for Commies Fest, but that week at work, again, I was working like 10, 12-hour days and getting home pretty late. So I was, I just couldn't get it done, but it's close. And that one I can buckle up and do because I like how it's turning out. It's when I get to a point in a build where I'm like, oh man, I'm not feeling this. And I'll put it on the shelf and it'll just languish there. And I just got to, get some cojones to finish it.
That's
So-
my B17 right now. Just every time I'm in my computer room, it's just sitting there on the shelf looking at me sadly.
Mhm.
I should have a bunch more work on it back in December, so it's almost ready for paint. There's just still some more body work. It's been a lot.
What scale?
It's the 148 one,
Oh, nice.
and I got the wing fit fixed. I know Duke's models, he had the same issue. The wings were splaying up on him, and I ended up just cutting the locking tabs off so that they just slid on, and put some plastic cement there and let her dry for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. Well, gents, I hate to be the killer of the party. I wonder if I can transfer ownership. I'm getting ready to tap out. I'm
Yeah.
struggling.
I should probably go to bed too. It's like almost 1 o'clock, and kids will not care what time I went to bed.
Meanwhile, Josh is practically done and about to fire up another one, I feel.
I'm almost there. I'm finalizing a few different washes, and I'm going to move on to chipping, and then maybe get the base figured out. So
Nice.
we're getting there.
Nice.
Yeah, once I get my seatbelts on here, I'll let her dry and come back at it with oils tomorrow.
Nice.
I'm out of here too, John. I'm just gonna prime her up and go to bed.
Very nice. Well, gentlemen, it's been fun. Take a look in the. I'll post some info in the chat tomorrow because I think our session's again in the later afternoon, evening. But I'll probably be building on and off throughout the day, so I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds
Cheers.
good.
Good seeing
Yeah.
y'all.
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.